Hi friends, happy Sunday. Welcome in. Thank you for joining me today for Spring Fling. It's a Spring Fling event today. Let me get pulled up here. It's being slow. Anyway, if you're seeing this portion, it's most likely the replay, so hashtag replay. Let me know you were here. Say hello, all the good things. But happy Sunday. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Come on. It doesn't want to work. Hello, Cynthia. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're having a good day, Miss Cynthia. Hello, Miss Lori. How are you? Thank you for being here. Hi, sweet Mary. Thank you for joining me today. Happy Sunday. There we go. All right. Are y'all having good weather today? We have beautiful weather here in Texas. It's a little windy, but it's warm and just so nice. Definite spring fever out today. Miss Mary, I've got to watch your replay. I caught parts of it, but I want to watch the full thing. You did a beautiful job from what I've seen, and I already know it's amazing. You always do such a great job. Thank you for sprinkling. Y'all have to excuse me. I am under the weather, but there was no chance I was missing this. I am having a good day. Just not feeling the best, but I'll be fine. Hello, Brittany. Welcome in. Thank y'all for joining me today. I'm sure Miss Kim is just getting ready to wrap up, and then we're going to get started. Drops to 35 tomorrow for you, Miss Mary. We're supposed to get rain later in the week. No, Miss Mary, it's not kind. It's just the truth. You are an amazing creator. Okay, well, I am gonna get started because I've got a lot to get done. Thank you, Miss Cynthia. All right, so this event is the Spring Fling event, and we are hosted by Painted Hands Decor and Backwoods Crafting with Alicia and Sweetie's Creations and Decor. We're sponsored by Paint Pixie and Decoupage Central, so a big shout out to all of these wonderful ladies for putting this on, and to our sponsors, and a big shout out to Miss Tracy for letting us be streamed into Craft Round the Clock. Let's see, up after me is Paint Pixie, Miss Josie. She's right after me. And then don't forget your 20% discount on Paint Pixie. When you check out, it will be automatically applied, but Pixie 20 or Paint 20, sorry, me being sick, my brain is just blah. It's not working great today. But anyway, we are going to get started. I have a beautiful frame here that I found at the little shop that I have my booth at, and it was black and had some gold accents. So I have painted this in cream puff just as a base color, because we are going to paint it another color as well, but I wanted a white undercoat for this, so I used cream puff by Paint Pixie. Hello, sweet Tracy with Craft Mom's Corner Market. How are you, and how are you feeling? I hope you're doing better. Happy Sunday. So what we've got so far is a frame base coated with cream puff. Yes, Miss Lori, I love Paint Pixie paints. I've used them for quite some time, and I absolutely love them. Let me get my paint here. So I'm going to start with Cotton Candy. It's a very light pink color. And this is kind of going out of my comfort zone. I'm very, very neutral on a lot of my decors that I do. But when y'all see the print that I'm going to use, I'm thinking that this light pink, and this light pink is so light that it's, you know, basically neutral anyway. But when y'all see the print, I'm okay. So the little shop that I have a booth at, one weekend a month, Friday and Saturday, I work there. So this was my weekend to work there. And I was fine on Friday. Friday night I came home and I'm kind of like, you know, felt a little under the weather. So then yesterday morning when I woke up, I kind of had a scratchy throat. Well, as the day went on, it got worse and worse. And last night I was pretty miserable. But, you know, it wasn't horrible. Man, through the night, I woke up a couple times, not feeling well at all. And then this morning, my voice is gone. My throat is just raw. I have like all the congestion and stuff. Hi, Lori, how are you? So, I mean, even talking, you know, hurts my throat, but there was no chance I was missing this event. No chance. Even if I didn't have a voice at all, I would have held up flashcards or something. So you'll just have to excuse my voice and any sniffles or coughs or whatever. But I will be fine. Thank you, Miss Sheila. Thank you, thank you. I see everybody's popping on now. So welcome in, everybody. I am Mindy with the Pink Llama TX. And what we're starting with is a frame that I have painted Cream Puff by Paint Pixie. And now I'm using Cotton Candy. So I wanted this was a dark, you know, it was a black frame with some gold accents on it. And I wanted a white base before I painted my pink. So that's what we have so far, and that's as far as we've gotten. But thank y'all so much for joining me on this beautiful Sunday. And I really want to thank Paint Pixie and Decoupage Central for all of our supplies. If y'all haven't used Paint Pixie, you definitely want to. And Decoupage Central, they have some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful prints. You get 20% off your Paint Pixie purchase this weekend. I will be picking a name a few minutes before I am done. And you'll be entered into a drawing for some free goodies. And then we have Backwoods Creations. Let me see, where I gotta have my paper, y'all. I had the sick brain today. So, Backwoods Crafting with Alicia, Sweetie's Creations and Decor, and Painted Hands Decor are our hosts for this. And then also Miss Tracy with Craft Around the Clock has been so kind to let us stream in. So this has been an absolutely amazing event. While I was at the shop yesterday, I didn't get to watch everybody, but I listened to everybody and would peek in on what they were doing. Just had my AirPod in my ear and helping customers and listening. There was a few times I had a few customers that got to peek in on some of the lives too. And they enjoyed it. So I'm hoping that some of those customers become new friends. If any of y'all are here, hello, hello. But it's been an incredible event, and I know these events are a lot of work. I've never put one on. I know all of the headache that I'm sure I've caused being in events. So these ladies work hard and we are very grateful. All right. And I'm also using a Paint Pixie brush. It's the Piccola. Yeah, they're brushes. I have several of their brushes. And they're called, I call them my good brushes. Oh, thank you, sweet Kethany. Thank you for sprinkling. I have several of their brushes, and they're called my good brushes. And I'm not very nice to my brushes. I don't take that great care of my brushes, but my good brushes, I do. So when I do use them, all of my brushes get bathed that day. Yes, it has, Miss Karen. It's been great. Aren't they amazing, Miss Tracy? Hold on, I can't see. Somebody just said something. Hi, Miss Teresa, how are you? Oh, Miss Donna, their brushes are on sale. You can't go wrong. I have a lot of them. Well, not a lot, I have several. And they even have like smaller artist paintbrushes now. I just got these ones and haven't tried them yet. But these are some of the brushes that I have of theirs, and I love them. There's only one that I haven't used yet, and it's this one. But they're nice brushes. I believe they're made in Italy, like handmade in Italy. Yeah, made in Italy. All right, so that's it. Just one coat. I did base coat it with cream puff, and then this was cotton candy, and that's all we're doing with that for now. So I'm gonna put my brush in the water for now. Now let's, yes, Miss Sheila, they are great. Hello, Carol. Hello, hello. Oh, I'm to the stage where my voice is gonna start cracking, and I know that's annoying. Hello, Galen. Thank you for sprinkling. Oh, sweet Tracy. You know, I've been better. Like, honestly, I feel like poo. But I was not going to miss hanging out with y'all today and being in this great event. Yes, Miss Josie just posted everything on the website's 20% off today until 9 p.m. tomorrow. Oh, and no codes needed. So that 20% off will go off right when you check out. So no codes are needed. Yes, Miss Karen, their brushes are special. They are some great brushes. And I really like them for painting furniture too. And I know that on Paint Pixie, they had a lot of other things on sale. When I purchased things, I got brushes on sale. I got, you know, all kinds of things. And they have some beautiful paint. I can't wait to use this Lemon Crinkle. That's a new one to me. And then Mojito and French Macaroon, banana, no, Blue Java, banana. I've got all kinds of paints here. I'm not going to go through and show them all to you. And I may be putting some Prosecco on our frame, but we're just going to let it sit and dry. So let me show you what print I have chose to work with. This one. And this is, let's see. I don't remember the name of this one. To be honest, I do not remember. Anyway, this is the one that I chose to use. So, in my frame, I made my frame kind of like a little shadow box. I boxed in the center of it because we are going to be doing some other things to this, and I need to get my tail moving. So I used cream puff and painted my surface, and then I already have, shoot, I forgot to grab my parchment paper. I've already put a coat of Mod Podge on my surface, so we're gonna iron this on. I'm just gonna have to use some plain paper. Sorry, y'all, you're gonna have to excuse me. And I've got my little, well, I had it heating up and it went off already. I think it'll be hot enough, but let me get this lined up where I wanted it. And then needs to be down. I should have marked this with a pencil. I'm hoping I get this right. All right, y'all, their prints are on the most amazing rice paper. I also bought some rice paper. Hi, Michelle, how are you? Hello, Diane. I also got some rice paper from Paint Pixie, and it's beautiful, really good rice paper. But the Decoupage Central, the prints they send you, their rice paper is top notch, and their prints are so crisp and so pretty. So y'all cannot go wrong with any of these products. And both companies, like Paint Pixie, they're not just paint and brushes. They've got all kinds of other things. Like their Pixie dough is amazing. Oh, and y'all, their soap, their brush soap. I was very lucky in an event that I did with Paint Pixie. They sent me some soap as a thank you, plus a billion other things. And I did reorder soap when I ordered more paint and stuff this time, because that soap, you can have a brush, and I'm not kidding, you can, and I'm horrible. I will fully admit I'm horrible at remembering to clean my brushes. Now, if my brushes were out where I saw them 24/7, they would get cleaned all the time. Oh, thank you, Miss Sarah. Yeah, I probably do. Today's definitely going to be a lounge on the couch or take a nap day. The hubby is working nights right now at his new job, and so he's asleep right now, so I may go crawl back in bed and snuggle up with him. But anyway, their Paint Pixie soap, I wish I had it in here, it's out by my sink. The Paint Pixie soap, y'all, you can have a brush that you've left out. I've had a brush that was completely dry with paint, and I just worked it with that soap and it brought it back to life. But I don't recommend doing that. I really, really don't recommend leaving your brushes to dry out to test that theory. But your brushes will be so soft, and even your hands too. Yes, Miss Mary, it's great soap. Okay, I think we've got our print down. Now, I'm just gonna hurry and sand off my edges real quick. I could have cut it, but honestly, I like sanding. I like sanding because the clean edge that I get. And it's really quick. I know it's annoying for y'all, but it's super quick. So are y'all having a good day? Y'all been enjoying this event? So many great, amazing ideas. Like, oh my goodness, so many ideas, so many things that I want to do. And anytime, not just when I'm in an event, anytime I watch, you know, any kind of event, my list of things that I need to make just keeps going and going and going, getting bigger and bigger. But I really need to stop doing that because I need to destash my craft room. Whoops, sorry. Miss Jackie, you'll love the brushes. I can't rave enough about their brushes and their paint. All right, that easy. We are done with that part. Look how pretty that print is. It's just so crisp and just beautiful. Like even the feel, I wish you guys could just, oh, they're amazing. Good quality, good quality. All right, now that's done. I'm just gonna let it set to the side for a minute. Now, let's dry this up real quick. And then we're gonna get moving on because we've got some fun elements we're gonna add to this. Yeah, the metallic paints, they are beautiful. I've got a couple of them. I have white sand, which is beautiful, which would be pretty over this, and Prosecco is one of my favorites too. I've had a lot more of the Paint Pixie paints, but I've used them all and just haven't replenished them yet, and I need to. So I definitely will be ordering tonight. Aren't those beautiful? They are such beautiful birds. Should be pretty dry. I just want to make sure I'm extra dry before I put my print down. And the paint does dry really fast. And the paint is made of all natural products. Yes, yes. And you can kind of see how I boxed it out. Can you see that? So I wanted to make it kind of like a shadow box. Now, my wood around the edges is kind of a rough wood, but that's okay. And I kind of had to piece it together. So what I did is I used a canvas. You know, one of those thicker canvases from the Dollar Tree, and I just pulled it apart and used the wood from the inside of the canvas to box out my frame like this. And I will finish the back of this later. We're not gonna worry about that right now. All right. Let's get this on here. Now the way my frame is, it's the frame, it's not the print. This is an old frame. And so the way the frame is, it didn't fit my full print because it's not a true 8 by 10 frame. Alright, so it's gonna have to go like this. So I'm not gonna fully lock this down yet because I'm just gonna put a few little beads of glue to hold it on, because I will be taking it off to seal it before it fully dries down. So I'll just do a few little beads of glue just to hold it on for now. And that way I should be able to pull it off and seal it and then put it back on. But and I just use polyacrylic to seal my prints. I like to use either a satin or a matte. What is this? Yeah, this one's a satin polyacrylic. So unfortunately, my bird on the top, his head is cut off just a little bit from what you can see, but for me, he's not. Isn't that beautiful with that pink frame, though? I'm loving it. Loving it, loving it. Okay, done with that. I need to switch out some things that are plugged in real quick. We're not done. We've got more to do. So I have until 12:30. Okay. So the next thing we are going to play with is we're going to play with some moss and a little bird's nest. Now, this moss that I'm using is the fabric moss or the loopy moss. It's called several different things. You can, I got mine from a little specialty place. You have to have like tax ID and stuff like that. You can find this on Amazon, and I know several of our creators sell it as well. I will have some available in a market that I'm in next weekend. So let me show you what I've done. I got this little nest. It came with this stuff in it. I got it from Michael's, and it had some little eggs, so it wasn't the prettiest. So I tore it apart, and I'm going to use some coconut fiber to put in the bottom of it. I just like that better than that lighter colored stuff that I've got my other glue tool heating up, so it'll work faster. This little one is great for little detail things, but it can be kind of slow sometimes. So I've got coconut fiber I'm putting in the center of my little nest. And then we're going to put, I think we're going to work kind of in this corner. We're going to put a little moss there, and I'm going to string some moss around that. But then I've got these cute little birds. They're from Michael's as well. And they have a little clip on the bottom of them. But I'm just going to pop that clip off and glue my little bird in. I was going to paint these birds, but I think they kind of coordinate enough that they'll be fine. And I also got these little itty bitty eggs from Michael's. And we're going to glue these little bitty eggs down on the bottom of this nest. Just kind of here and there. They're going to be laying different directions. They're not going to be in any uniform way. Okay. I did have another idea of another craft I was going to do, and it was going to be changing last minute. And I asked my husband, you know, kind of told him my idea. And he's like, dang, I like both ideas, but stick with your original because you'll kick yourself in the butt if you don't. Because that happens to me every time I'm in an event. I second guess myself. Is Justin here? Hello, Justin. How are you? Your birdhouse last night was beautiful. I can't wait to see it finished. I really haven't been online looking at everybody's stuff today. I've been watching the event and getting ready for mine. Okay, so this is what we have. We have a cute little bird's nest with some little eggs. This is all Michael's stuff. Oh, everybody's saying hello. I love that. Okay. Y'all, I'm so sorry I'm not as chipper and, you know, whatever today. I'm so sorry you have to listen to me like this. I guess I'm being kind of selfish, insisting that I'm going to be in this event regardless of how I feel. And then y'all have to listen to me. I guess that is a little selfish because I know it's not fun for y'all. So this little nest is going to kind of sit here in the corner like so. But I want to... I'm not sure how I want the birds. Do I want the birds down or do I want them up like that? So it's just going to kind of nestle right there in the corner. This is not all we're doing, trust me. I'm going to let that, I'm going to think on that for a minute. We're going to put some moss and stuff around it. And I'm going to use, I have two different colors. I have a lighter one and then this darker one. And what I like to do is I like to mix them. And I just go like this and mix them together. And it makes it look even more realistic. Like this stuff, you know, unless you're touching it, you think it's real moss. It's amazing stuff. I really, really like it. So I'm going to let that sit there for a minute. We're going to work with this other stuff that I have. So I have, and they already have like moss on them. They're little twigs. It comes in a stick like this. You know, or in a pick like this, and I just cut some off. And then this little flower came off of something else, and I just stuck it on because these little mossy twigs, and see, that's some of my loopy moss that just kind of stuck on there on its own, and I love that. But this flower came off of something else, and I just kind of stuck it on there. And my idea is to kind of bring these little branches up here and there, and I'm going to even loop them through the center of my print as well. And I am probably going to stick a few more flowers on here and there. And then I kind of just want it to, come up around on the frame like this as well. So I'll just add a little hot glue. The only thing I don't like about these little twigs is they do shed a little bit. Now this one, I wanted to bring it from back here behind my, can you see what I'm doing? Back here behind where my nest is going to be. And then I want it to kind of fold around so it almost looks like it's the stick that this bird that's on the top is hanging on. And then, I don't know, we may trim that off there. No, I know what we're going to do. Oh, my nose. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. Where are they? I'm going to trim this off just a little bit down here on the bottom. There we go. And then it can kind of just stick up there on the top. That way it's fitting with my print, but it's giving some dimension to it all as well. So when I'm gluing these down, I'm not gluing them to my print, I'm gluing them to my frame, so I'll easily be able to take the print off to seal it. But honestly, at this point, I may just seal this entire thing because these little mossy branches, they are shedding, and I don't love that. I do not love that. All right, now let's bring in some more florals. I have these pretty, and they almost match perfect. And these are from Michael's as well. And what I wanted to do with some of these, and I'm going to put more branches and stuff on here, but I kind of want y'all to get the gist of what I'm doing in case we don't finish. So I always trim off the bottom, and then it's going to make your flower kind of fall apart a little bit, but if you put some glue on the bottom right after, let's see, this one I'm going to stick right on top of that one. And then trim the bottom of this. Now, the flowers on here are beautiful, but I just wanted to add some depth and dimension to it. I'm not covering all of the flowers. I'm just doing just a couple here and there. Now, the other thing that I like to do on some of my prints is, where is that? Where is it? I have it's clear. Y'all know what I mean. It's clear, and it's not a glue, but it comes out like a glue. And it gives like a little raised effect, but it's clear so you can see what's underneath, but it also makes it look dimensional. Let's put this one over here. And let's add a little glue right here, just so it'll stick on that frame where I want it to. And I'm just doing tiny, tiny little bits of glue because I don't want the glue to be seen. All right, let's add this moss in the corner of my frame here. I want to get as much done as I can so y'all can see my vision. Right now it just kind of looks like a little bit of a mess. Yes, an organic element. Thank you for that. Yeah, you can. You can order Michael's online. And y'all, a lot of the stuff that you can get at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, you can also find on Amazon or Mercari, sometimes eBay. And, you know, if you know somebody, have a family member or something that lives in a town or lives close to a town, if you can't get, you know, a shipment of whatever, you can always ask someone to ship it to you. Like for my mom, it's a good hour to an hour and a half drive for her to get to a Hobby Lobby. So if something's on sale and she can't get it online, because sometimes you can't get sale things online from Hobby Lobby because it'll say they're, you know, sold out or whatever, she'll just ask me to go pick it up and then I'll send it to her. And I usually send things to her when I have, you know, a good bit worth shipping to her. And then she does the same for me if there's stores where she lives that I don't have here. And it works out pretty good. Okay. I don't know, these birds are, I wish I would have painted them now because now they're kind of throwing me off a little bit. But I might paint them after. We'll see. All right. And this little nest is, you can get these little nests all kinds of places. Now I am going to glue this other side down, but until everything is in here permanently, I'm not going to glue that down because I want to seal my print. Well, no, I'm just gonna have to do it and just seal it all together. I'm just gonna have to use a spray seal because I've already glued stuff down on my print. I didn't even think of that. I should have sealed it beforehand. Okay, now we need, thank you, Miss Tanya. Need a little more moss, and I kind of want some moss to kind of come up here more on the nest. I want it to kind of string around. And just little bits of glue here and there. It doesn't take much glue to hold these down. And I'm not even going to worry about putting it on the nest because it's on there and it's going to stick on there really well. Just string a little bit of it here and there on the nest so it looks like it wasn't just stuck there. It looks like it was meant to be there. All right, now let's get some more greenery and florals and stuff. And all these florals and greeneries and stuff that I'm using are from Michaels. And I love this stuff. It looks kind of like little clovers, little lily pad type things. It's from Michaels as well. And this one is like a variegated color. It's not just the dark like I used on my other projects the other day. Let's see. Do we need a little flower on that? No, I don't think these ones match as well. So this was a big old, I'll have to find where that goes later. This little bunch right here matches a lot better. And there are different sizes of flowers on it. The only thing that I'm a little disappointed with Michaels flowers, now I will tell you I do love the quality of Michaels flowers a little better than Hobby Lobby. Their quality just seems a little bit better on some. But for one, Michaels is more expensive than Hobby Lobby, so that's where you get the quality. And two, like your picks and stuff, you don't get many flowers at all. So we're just going to stick flowers and greenery here and there. We're just going to have fun with it. But these little, I call them like little lily pad florals, greenery. They don't have a name. Yeah. They even have like that real feel touch to them. And they weren't that expensive. I think I only ended up paying like $6 or $7 once I got the discount. And if you go to Michaels and it's not on sale, look online for a coupon. They've always got coupons. So I want to put, I think we need a little bit of moss over in this corner too. Maybe just a little bit. That's way too much. Just a tiny little bit down in the bottom and maybe string up here just to kind of hide where I glued that. All right, let me hold it up. Y'all tell me what you think. What do you think? And we are going to put another branch coming up around here too. But what do y'all think so far? We've got 5 minutes to get this buttoned up. Tell me what you think. Do you like that so far? Yay, nay? You hating it? Alright, let me glue this in. I hope y'all are liking it. Okay, let's add... You see how this one has like, you know, different colors of greens? Now this one has a little bit more of a plasticky feel than the Real Touch feel of the other ones I like to use, which they're just like this, they're just a darker green. Let's pull some of this off and add a little bit over there. Like so. And then I think we need another little flower right there. Just a little bud right there. Let's get some more. Let me see if I can tell you the name of this. This is just a moss twig, is all it says this is. Where are my, there they are. Just a moss twig. Let's see. We could have this one kind of coming up here. Like so. And then we could put a little flower on. Okay, doesn't want to go on that one. Put a little flower on there. And then I could use where I put that flower to hide my glue. Hold that for just a second. Now I will still be playing with this and adding more things here and there. Oh, you dang thing. But I will definitely be posting a picture. So I hope y'all have been commenting because I need to pick a name. But once again, I want to thank all of our hosts and our sponsors for having me on and for giving us all the amazing discounts and all the goodies and just for putting this event on, period. It has been so much fun, and I know I have been incredibly inspired. All right, I'm going to keep working with it, but what do y'all think? I'm not going to add too terribly much. Maybe just a little bit here and there. Just not a whole lot, but that's all we're doing. Doesn't it? And I do think I am going to paint these birds just to mute them down just a little bit so they flow more with the print. Hi, Charmaine. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much, but I will definitely be posting a picture. All right, I'm going to scroll and pick someone who will be entered into the drawing. But then after me, if you're in any of the event groups, you just, oh dang you, refresh your page to go watch Paint Pixie, but they are up after me. All right, I'm scrolling. And the name I landed on is Miss Kelly Wooden. Miss Kelly Wooden, you're the name that I picked. I'll let them know that I picked your name, Miss Kelly. All right, y'all, go catch Paint Pixie, but I will definitely get a picture posted. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me with my raspy voice and all. And thank you to everybody for having me and for being here. Have a blessed Sunday. Stay safe out there, and I'll see y'all very, very soon. I'll see you in the comments. Bye, guys.